Hi there. I've been dealing this month a lot with answering questions, frequently asked questions, and frequent concerns related to filing a claim with the VA for military sexual trauma, what is often called as MST. The VA rates these cases as PTSD. It's considered post-traumatic stress disorder based on an MST. Now, one of the unique things about an MST is that the VA indicates that you must show that some sort of evidence, credible evidence, that this MST happens. And that can be, the most obvious is going to be a report of the MST during the time of service. Now, as we all know, that is very rare. Um, Most of the cases that are struggling through the VA system are cases in which they were not reported. That's a common thing. It doesn't mean that if you were denied because you did not provide a report, that you should give up your case. So the FAQ I'm answering here is, the VA denied my case, should I just give up? The simple answer is no. If this really happened to you and you want to tell your story and you are seeking compensation, or you don't want to tell your story, but you need help because you're struggling with depression, anxiety, trauma-related responses, nightmares, frustration, claustrophobia is one that I hear a lot with MSTs. If you're struggling with that, then the VA is required to compensate you for that and to take care of you, and not just to compensate you, but to treat you for it, to get you medical help for it, counseling, support. So I say don't give up. Now, the key thing is that credible evidence. And you'll often hear me refer to, or other VA attorneys or people talk about, what's called markers. Markers are essentially something within your service treatment records or personnel records that show that this incident happened. Those can be things like high performance, and then after the incident, low performance. Those can be things like an STD that's reported. It can be things like an unplanned pregnancy. We've seen all kinds of things, and in addition to that, one of the incredible factors is that while the VA insists that there must be some sort of marker, some sort of credible evidence, I've worked a number of cases taken up to the Board of Veteran Appeals where it literally was just the evidence, the testimony of the veteran before the judge, that the judge deemed credible and determined that that MST must have occurred. One of my favorite stories, one of my best stories, is a Marine veteran whose performance actually increased after the MST occurred. His perspective was that he was a trained killer and he should have never allowed somebody to do that to him. And so he decided that his perspective, or his response to that, was to become a better Marine. And we did that testimony before the judge, and the judge believed him and supported him, and he was able to get his rating. That case in particular got a 70% rating and a TDIU approval. So if you're struggling with that, if you're worried about, I was denied, the VA doesn't believe me, what should I do, or should I just give up? The answer to that is, don't ever give up. You're a trained fighter. You should never give up. And if we can help you, reach out to our office.